What is up, guys? Super 360 Mario here, and I'm back showing you some gameplay of this game called Splitgate 2 Arena. Or actually, it's called Splitgate 2. The first game was Splitgate Arena. This one's actually not too bad. It's actually pretty similar compared to the first one. But if anything, I just wanted to give my insight of what I thought about it, since it is like a free-to-play game and you can always jump right in immediately. That is, unless they shut down the servers, but for the most part it should be up. This game is actually really fun. I'm not gonna lie, I had a whole blast with playing this game when I just tried it out. I think I tried it out on my PS5 for the first time, but for the most part you'll see gameplay captured on the Steam computer version. So that's basically what you're watching right now, as you can probably tell. I was basically getting a bunch of kills with a friend of mine. We were just starting up the game and we wanted to test it out, see how it was. My only thing about it is that I do wonder if the enemies that I was fighting were bots or if it was just actually players online on the PlayStation, all that. There's times I do see that their icons are from PlayStation, but it just felt a little too easy. Maybe it was because I was doing the starting levels, but because of that, it just made me feel like I was a little too overpowered. As you can tell, like I'm starting to get kills here and there, and I mean, I'm alright in shooter games, but I'm not the best. I feel like I know there's more people out there that are better than me, whether it be mouse and keyboard or a controller and analog. I do know that I'm just average, but that's why I'm getting to say that this feels like it was with bots. But for the most part, even if it was bots, it felt nice. It felt like it was worth playing. Like each character pretty much had their abilities, where like I didn't use it too much, just because I eventually did stay playing as like just the shooting mechanics and the portals. But I know you have abilities like this one, for instance, can run really fast. I think if you press the special button or whatever. The other ones, I want to say, has a shield, and I want to say the other one has some type of stealth. I can't remember. I didn't really play too much as the other ones. This one was my main one. And then on top of that, you have portals, which is another cool thing. When I look back at this reminds me of as if it was Halo mixed in with Portal, or even like a Call of Duty, I'd say, which makes this game pretty much fun. I feel like it's a nice, good jump into the game, get a few matches in, and then you can hop back out, play something else, or even just continue playing for just that multiplayer experience. That alone is what made this feel great. I felt like that this was one of those free-to-plays that I would actually spend time playing. There are other ones out there like Fragpunk and whatnot that make this one feel like, yeah, I can enjoy this game, but there are definitely other better ones out there that could potentially take up my time. This one I had like assault rifles and whatnot. Like this one, you're gonna see I picked up an assault rifle, which is like, I guess, the special weapon, and it's pretty good. I was getting kills for a good minute. I was actually like surprised at how great that was. And even like finding matches, the only thing about that was that the matches took a good minute to load up. When I was searching for a match, maybe it was because it was kind of at like 10 o'clock at night or whatnot, but it did feel like the matches did take some time to find. Besides that, it was alright. The connections, I didn't see anything wrong with the internet. Connection seemed fine. Like the shooting seemed like it was on point every time I was basically getting a kill here and there. It felt responsive. It felt very nice, especially aiming from the hip rather than aiming down sights. That was kind of a change, but it felt nice when I was doing that. And then there was also times when I went through portals and I opened up a portal, used it as, I wouldn't say cover, but it was more of you can see the enemy position, but they won't be able to see through your portals. So once you place a portal down, you can see through your side, but the enemies won't be able to see through it. But they can cancel out your portals by placing another portal on top of yours, which makes that pretty interesting in a competitive way. And then also when you traverse through the map, it makes it a little bit easier, especially when you can throw a portal all the way across the map and then one portal near you and you go through that, and then eventually you're just like instantly teleported to the farther away part of the stage, which is very nice. Like I said, it's very convenient. I think this game has potential to be something great, especially like I said, for a free-to-play game. It's really nice. I played the first one back in the day, like I mentioned, and it was fun. I had a blast when I played that. This kind of feels the same. The only thing about this one is that I feel like this game has, how do I put, more of a sports, like esports, so to speak, type of game. This felt like that, more competitive. Everything seemed placed the way it should, where you have your portals set, like, as you can tell, there's only like a square there that you only can place your portal at. You can't just place it on the floor. I want to say the first one might have been a little bit different, but then again, it's been a while since I played it. But this definitely does feel like that competitive scene when I play this. It feels like as if it's some TV show, you know, watching people shoot each other with these Nerf guns, laser guns, or whatever, and in a competitive way. And it's nice. Like, it seems alright. At first I thought it was a little bit corny, but over time it started to grow on me. I didn't think it was too bad. If anything, it does feel premium. It feels like this game has really good potential. Like, when you're really winning, it feels amazing. But then when obviously you are getting your you know what, handed to you, it pretty much kind of takes a toll, and you just want to put the controller down eventually. But I didn't really get that too much. I ended up playing this for a while. There was other modes. There was one, I think the majority you're seeing here is basically where it's a quick play mode. I want to say it has everything inside of it, or if it doesn't, it's capture the point. And it's alright. It's like domination. It doesn't feel like it's pretty much not worth my time, or at least something I wouldn't have played. It definitely feels like it is something that caught my eye. And then there's the other mode, which is 24 player count or something like that, which is kind of weird. If I'm not mistaken, I think it has 3 teams, and in these 3 teams there are people that capture these points, or if it's I think a team deathmatch, if I'm not mistaken. And in the 3 teams, basically whoever gets the most kills or the most captures wins the match, which is nice. It's alright. It's a little twist on the team deathmatch formula. But it wasn't like I was getting a lot of kills, and besides that, it just felt like the maps were a little too open. The maps were kind of very wide and too many spaces to go to. I think even in one map I got stuck where I ended up just not knowing where to go. I was kind of lost, just roaming around the playing field trying to figure out, alright, where's the enemy at? And because of that, I spent the majority just walking around until we won the match, and I was like, cool, nice. But I wish I could have actually like get a better understanding of the map rather than me just being lost. And there was different maps that were like kind of nice variety. As you can tell here, there's this nice green lush blue type of map, feeling like you're on a, I don't even know, Halo planet, something like that, which, you know, looks nice. I liked it. Like I said, it does feel premium quality rather than some other games where it feels like it's just tacked on and nobody really cared about the thought about what the maps kind of look like. But for the most part, I actually liked it. I thought it would be very enjoyable. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. I wish I could play a little bit more maps. I don't feel like there was too many variety, though. That was the only thing I could say wrong with it. Like, whenever I played this game and I popped it in just to actually start it up and see what was happening, that's when I realized that there was just very little maps, or at least the same maps that I played before over and over again. Because of that, it just kind of felt a little bit dull. And that's alright, but I feel like if they just do some updates and add maps, it would be nice. There was another thing about leveling. So when I was leveling up, I guess, guns, I was thinking about it that there is no character levels. I think you level up your characters. So your characters will level up and your weapons will level up, and eventually you can get attachments to each weapon, which makes the guns even a little bit better to use. I don't feel like it made a complete difference. I'd probably have tested a little bit more, but this is technically just first impressions of me playing the game. But it was nice. Yeah, there are little customizations. You get little charms and whatnot, and then, like I said, you level up weapons, and you can add little perks. You can add perks, different loadouts for the perks, equipment, and I believe that's about it. There's nothing really too much to it. If anything, I feel like the game could add a little bit more, and because of that, I feel like it just would be better if there's something a little bit more to add to the customization, so to speak. Like I said, there is no leveling for your character. It's just leveling for the weapons and for just the weapons. Yeah, it's pretty much just the weapons, I think. But if they were to add something a little bit more, it would be pretty much nice. But other than that, I feel like this game is not that bad. I feel like it was worth playing, especially for a free-to-play. My first impressions on playing it was pretty nice. I had a friend that played with me for a good minute. We tested it out. He's actually digging it, especially since he's like building a computer and he's kind of getting back into PC gaming. This is one of those games that you can actually enjoy, which I was having a blast, as you can tell. But I do think that it's worth your time. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm actually just playing the game for what it is. I just wanted to talk about it for a minute, especially considering it just got released. I think it is just something that should be on people's radars, especially if you don't really have any money to spend and you're just looking to play something without like dump a bunch of cash into it. I think this is worth it. I think this is something that would be potential nice first-person shooter game that would be close to Halo, I guess, unless they bring Halo on PlayStation, but this is kind of a nice alternative. I mean, you could play Halo Infinite, but for a free-to-play, this ain't bad. This ain't that bad either. It's got the portals as well, which I don't know too many games that do that. In all reality, I don't think I know any game that does this. Portals, jetpacks, Halo, stuff like that. This is kind of one of a kind, and because of that, I think this is actually worth it. Like I said, I think this is just at least worth your time. I think you should take just a moment to see what it's like to play the game. I mean, like I said, it's free. It's not like you're spending any money. I don't recommend going out and buying no battle pass or anything. Just play it for the way it is. I think it's just one of those games that I think you should really give a try. I have other games that I want to talk about in other videos. If you guys did like this one, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.